Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the Dabs of Reality YouTube channel. I'm your host, Tom Crawshaw. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the benefits of meditation. So if you've ever thought of the question, well, what are the benefits of meditation? Why should I invest 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour every single day to do this thing where I basically do nothing? Right? So it's really important that you understand what the benefits of meditation are to motivate yourself to commit to a daily practice, because the thing is, you're not going to see benefits in the short term. Now, you may experience a reduction in stress and other things that I'm going to share with you in this video, but meditation is really all about the long-term commitment. That's really where you're going to see the impact. It's not just a couple of weeks down the line, it's not just a couple of months, but a couple of years down the line. Meditation is going to affect your life in ways that you never really thought possible. So listen, before we get into today's content, if you've not subscribed already, hit that red button, because I'm going to be sharing more videos like these about meditation, about life, about how science and spirituality come together, and how this new area of research can actually help you change your life. And if you're already an existing subscriber, thanks for joining me again today and spending some time with me. If you've got some questions, some thoughts, please drop me a comment below. Do you meditate every day? Let me know in the comments below, yes or no. I would love to find out if you guys have a daily practice, how long you're spending in meditation every day, and what kind of benefits you're feeling. One other thing that I will mention, there is a 12-minute guided meditation download in the description below. You can also go to dabsofreality.com/free meditation. It's more of a visualization. It will help you turn your vision into reality and help you shift into a place of love, compassion, and gratitude, so you can really tackle your day feeling more peaceful and more centered. So go check out that download. It's in the description. Now let's get into today's video. So I'm briefly going to touch on what is meditation. Now, there are many different styles and practices of meditation, and I've spoken about a specific style called Vipassana meditation in some of my previous videos. So if you're interested in that kind of technique and you want to hear more about how that has affected me and impacted my life, then you can go and check out that video here. And it's also linked in the description. Now, there are various different types and techniques, and trying to figure out what is best for you can often be a minefield, but at the core of pretty much any meditation practice is observation and non-judgment. So when you sit and meditate, you are breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. Whatever breathing technique works for you is absolutely fine. You're just paying attention to the breath coming in, the breath coming out. You can also pay attention to the thoughts that come into your mind and just release them and let them go. So it's this practice of non-judgment, it's this practice of letting go that is really important here. Because if we meditate every day, and we do that for months and years at a time, we can start to strengthen our ability to stay non-judgmental and non-reactive to the stressful situations that come up in our life. So I'm going to get into this more a little bit later in this video. Now, on the physiological side, now if you're sat in a space of deep relaxation, your breath is just flowing in and out softly and smoothly. You're not focused on anything, any place, anyone, and you're just present in the moment. You're aware of being aware. Now, this has a really interesting effect. It switches you from the sympathetic, which is the fight or flight response, and it triggers the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, this is the relaxation and rest response. Now, when we can switch into the parasympathetic nervous system, we actually reduce blood pressure, anxiety, stress levels, all these things that I'm going to get into in this video. So let's dig into the first benefit that I want to talk about, and that is a reduction in stress. Now, there was an 8-week study conducted with the practice of mindfulness meditation. That's the most simplest practice you can do, which is just pure observation and letting go of the thoughts, the feelings, and the sensations that arise and pass in your body. Now, this 8-week study actually saw results that reduced inflammation from stress. Now, this makes sense because the parasympathetic nervous system is responsible for down-regulating cortisol and up-regulating the inflammatory response to bring that inflammation down that is often caused by chronic stress. And what you'll find is if you have chronic levels of stress, if you have elevated stress more often in your life, then integrating a daily meditation practice, you're going to see pretty strong benefits. Because if you're constantly stressed and therefore constantly in the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response, then once you finally shift to the parasympathetic, your body is finally allowed to take a well-deserved and a well-needed rest. And it will trigger the responses in your body to recover, to optimize your hormone profile, and to bring more peace into your life. Now, the benefits and results that you get from meditation will actually come a lot sooner for someone who is constantly chronically overstressed and overworked. So let's get into benefit number 2, reduced anxiety. So this plays in with the parasympathetic response as well, because it's almost impossible to overreact and have a really intense emotional reaction when we're in the parasympathetic. That's usually what happens when we're in the sympathetic, the fight or flight response. So anxiety really is a cycling of thoughts in the mind of worst case scenarios, of what ifs. And what meditation allows us to do is just let go of those thoughts without getting attached into the potential negative emotional connotations of that thought. So let's give you an example. So if you walk around day to day and you go to your workplace and you have this constant nagging feeling that nobody really likes you, that everybody is judging you on some level in some way. Now this, of course, is just a construct of the mind. Now people are often too busy and focused on themselves to really give you that much time, thought and attention. And any evidence that you get that that person might have judged you or might be saying something negative about you, you will turn into that negativity because that's what you're expecting. Now, when you use meditation to let go of these thoughts, it doesn't really matter what happens in your physical reality, what people say or do to you, because you can just let it go. Because you realize that your own peace of mind, your own presence is more important than reacting to something that is only going to bring you more suffering, more stress, and more drama. And I also feel like meditation helps you reconnect with yourself and to find that place of stillness inside. And anxiety really is all about overthinking. It's all about imagining worst case scenarios in your mind, which then triggers the fight or flight response. And then the fear then paralyzes you from taking action in your life. Now, meditation starts to break down this process because you realize that you're actually connected to everything and everyone, and this anxiety really is just a construct of the mind that is holding you back from actually living your life as you really want. Now, the next benefit, if you haven't guessed already, is an improvement in your emotional health. Because if you no longer let yourself get pushed and pulled by other people's thoughts, beliefs, opinions, then you're no longer going to get dragged into the drama. Now you're able to start seeing your reality more objectively. You're going to start to be able to see the truth of the situation. So instead of taking things personally and reacting to those things unconsciously, you're actually able to stay present, inquire within yourself, what is the truth of this situation? And even if you do react, you're able to shorten that reaction time down. So it may go from a few days to a few minutes, or from a few minutes to a few seconds. And that improvement is really going to have a massive impact in just how you feel day to day, because you then know that no matter what anybody says or does to you, it's not going to affect you. It's not going to affect your state of mind and your peace within yourself. And really at the heart of what we're doing here that improves the emotional health is severing that unconscious reaction to flick into fight or flight mode. And this is where the fear comes in, and it almost becomes literally physically and mentally impossible to see things another way, to actually see the truth of the situation. And that's why sitting down, relaxing and breathing helps overcome those stressful situations. That's why spending a few minutes in meditation, perhaps before something intense, maybe you have to give a talk at the office, or maybe you're going on a date with a beautiful woman and you really wanted to stay peaceful and centered and not overreact and get stressed and nervous. So by meditating, you're able to switch into the parasympathetic which is the rest and relaxation response, which I'm going to keep telling you in this video because this is why it's so important, and this is why the science is now showing the incredible benefits of long-term meditation. Now, the next benefit of meditation is improved self-awareness. Now, when you're able to observe the thought patterns in your mind and the habitual cycles that actually cause you stress and suffering, you're able to see the truth of the situation. So now, with the meditation practice in place, you can observe your thoughts and emotions without reacting to them. So when these habits crop up, you're able to pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this in my greater good? Am I just reacting unconsciously here, or am I going to choose to engage in this particular behavior or action? Because ultimately, once you start interrupting that unconscious cycle, then you now have a choice. And that's what meditation gives you. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to make the best choice every single time, but you'll slowly start to transition towards a life where you're living with more intention, more purpose, and more clarity. And also through meditation, you start to listen to yourself. You start to listen to, what do I want? Because you're able to quieten down the noise in your mind, the mindless chatter, the bullshit that is coming from your fears, your insecurities, and your negative beliefs. So meditation gives us the opportunity to turn down the volume on the constant chatter in your mind and actually listen to what is true for yourself. Because often what has caused the most stress in our lives is by making choices and decisions that were against our true nature. We're making choices and decisions from a place of greed, of a place of selfishness, a place of trying to get one up on somebody else. And that never leads to true happiness. Really, what we're trying to do here is tap into our own intuition, to tap into our higher self and get the messages and information and the wisdom that we need to move in the right direction in our life that is going to bring us more happiness and more fulfillment. And I strongly believe that this path is through self-service. Service to others is something that makes not just you feel amazing, but can actually help somebody else. And I think this is really one of the main purposes for all humans on this planet, is how can we show up and serve others? And this is the realization you get in meditation. Now, I reference my Vipassana meditation retreat experience video in right now because this is exactly what happened to me. I started to realize that the things that I was doing in my life was fueled by making more money. It wasn't fueled by selfless service to others. Now, obviously there was an element of service to others in that picture, but in terms of my internal motivations, I'd always been focused on the money that would then give me this lifestyle and would then give me all this opportunity. But I think we have to flip the script. We have to focus on serving first, and then the abundance that you want from a financial perspective, from a relationship perspective, will come to you. Now, I know that's a bit of a stretch and a bit far out for some of you watching this video, but listen, meditation is something that you need to stick to for the long term if you want to see those kinds of benefits. And if you do want to experience the short-term benefits, a 10-day Vipassana meditation retreat is probably the best thing for you to realize those benefits for yourself. But I will say it's like jumping in at the deep end. 10 hours of meditation for 10 days straight. It's not for everybody. It's pretty tough and pretty challenging, but you do feel a tangible benefit after the course on day 10. So another one of the benefits is improved sleep. So imagine if instead of watching YouTube or flicking through Facebook before you go to sleep, imagine if you were to sit in a space of meditation for 10, 15, 20 minutes. What if you were to give gratitude for everything in your life, focusing on your heart space and radiating love for all the people that you love, your family, your friends, your job, the things that you have in your life? And how would that make you feel? Yeah, wouldn't it be much better to go to sleep feeling love, compassion, and gratitude for all things and all people in your life than just watching another YouTube video? Now, I'll hold my hands up. This is something that I personally battle with myself. You know, do I watch this new documentary or do I have 30 minutes to meditate before I go to sleep? But there are profound benefits. Now, if you switch into the parasympathetic before going to sleep, then you're already in the rest and recovery state that will make it easier to fall asleep. You'll get better quality sleep. You'll sleep for longer without interruptions. And that's really just the tip of the iceberg. You know, when you can let go of tension and you can really have a quality good night's sleep, then you're setting yourself up for success for the next day. And As we all know, sleep is super important for our mental and emotional functioning the following day. So this all adds up in a cycle of its own. You know, if you meditate in the morning, you meditate in the evening, you're just adding to that cycle of stillness that is so important that we must integrate into our day-to-day routines. So I've just got 2 more benefits for you. First of all, meditation reduces your blood pressure. So I mentioned at the start of this video, when we switch into the parasympathetic nervous system, it regulates our heartbeat, it regulates our blood pressure and reduces the blood pressure, which also has an impact on our stress levels. So that's just a physiological impact of meditating. So if you have a high blood pressure, it might be interesting to experiment with meditation to see what impact that's going to have on your life. And finally, this is a really interesting one. A lot of research has been done in this space on using meditation to fight addiction. Now, as I mentioned earlier, meditation allows us to see the habits, the thought patterns that are controlling us. And once we can distance ourselves from them and not react emotionally, then we're able to create some distance and stay in that place of stillness and peacefulness. And we're also able to overcome those emotional reactions. And usually an addiction is a response to some kind of painful emotional reaction. So people use addictions like alcohol, cigarettes, drugs to mask the pain. Now, meditation will bring that pain up to the surface, but you'll also see it for what it is, and you'll be able to dig into some of the reasons why you're feeling that way. And besides, when we're not distracted all the time during the day, we have that moment of peacefulness where we are just focused on ourselves and being present. That just has an impact on the rest of your day. You become less compulsive. And what scientists have found is that when addicts go for their substance of choice, they're less likely to engage in that addictive behavior because they can take a pause and they can think about, what am I actually about to do here? Instead of just going straight into that unconscious reaction and seeking out the drink or the drugs or whatever that addiction is. And one other thing that I wanted to add at the end of this video is meditation helps you love yourself more. And it might sound a bit cheesy or woo-woo, but this is the actual truth. When you reconnect with yourself and you start to realize what is most important for you, and then you start to break down those walls, those barriers, those negative thought patterns, the cycles, the beliefs, the unconscious reactions, you're actually able to appreciate yourself and love yourself even more. Because what I found is when I connect to my heart space, when I have gratitude for everything that I've created in my life, I have gratitude for everyone in my life, and I radiate that love out to other people, I feel so full and so alive with my own love for myself that it just starts to exude out of you. And this is really where we want to get to. We want to walk around and operate in the world feeling full, feeling present, and feeling like we have love to give and offer to others without expecting that love to come back in return. So unconditional love is a very rare thing in today's society, but I think that's the ideal that we want to be striving towards. Unconditional love, unconditional giving, selfless service of others. These are all things that you'll start to realize as you drop into that place of stillness inside of yourself. So listen guys, what do you think to this video? What is your meditation practice? Let me know in the comments below. Give this video a like if you've enjoyed today's content. And listen, here's to your success with a daily meditation practice. Just start with 10, 15, 20 minutes a day. There's a bunch of apps you can get. You can also download the 12-minute guided meditation that is in the description, and check it out, try it out for yourself. Like I said, there's lots of different styles, lots of different ways of doing this. We can incorporate visualization, we can incorporate heart focused breathing, but just try out whatever works for you. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I know your time is extremely valuable, so if you've enjoyed today's content, please consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell so you get a notification next time I release another one of these videos. You can also leave me a comment below and let me know what part of this video resonated the most with you, or simply click that like button to let me know you enjoyed this content. And if you want to get your hands on a free 12-minute guided meditation that I recorded to help you manifest your dreams and create whatever you want in your life, go ahead and click the link in the description for your free download. And if you want to check out all the latest blog posts on my blog, dabsofreality.com, the link is down there below as well, along with my Instagram and my Facebook page if you want to consider following me on those platforms. Until next time, catch you on the flip side.